LSU's the amount of sacks, given up.
Yeah.
Not a lot.
Yeah.
On paper, that's what we see on paper.
Yeah.
What do you see as an edge rusher, as a member of the defense that what do they do well that's kind of leads to that success?
I mean, obviously they have a great passing offensive line. They got a great quarterback, that sees his reads and make good throws. They got good receivers that, catch for the quarterback. I think our biggest thing is, just to execute our rush games and get to the quarterback and beat the offensive lineman.
Is there something that LSU does particularly well on the offensive line that you guys are kind of keen in on?
I mean, they just good pass hits.
Yeah.
Really,
Yeah.
I think the biggest thing is really just to be fast and physical and really violent so we can execute and get those sacks on paper.
What is I talked with Q Robinson about this. He said pass rush is just effort. I mean, is that something that you would agree with?
I mean, I think you just got to just keep on fighting.
Yeah.
Just fighting your own fight, fighting your own battle, and keep working to get to the quarterback.
Yeah.
That's the main thing.
Is that something that, has been kind of ramping up? Is that different from scheme to scheme? Is it something that, in terms of whether it's with Kane Womack or, past schemes and things like that you've known?
I mean, I think the biggest thing is, for us to execute whatever rush play that we have.
Yeah.
And if we're rush contained, then we have to have a plan, when we're rushing and, so we can beat the offensive lineman and get to the quarterback. That's just the main thing.
What do you see in Mason Taylor?
Say it again?
What do you see in their tight end, Mason Taylor, covering their tight end?
He's a pretty good route runner. He's an all-around good tight end for those guys.
How difficult is it from an interior perspective? You got Mason Taylor playing tight end. You also have Aaron Anderson, two guys kind of on the interior of the formation that are very different skill sets.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's really difficult at all. I think if we go out there and do our thing and play Bama football and know what we're doing and, how we have to execute to get the job done, I think we'll be straight.
How'd you spend your bye week?
Spent it pretty well. Went to a museum. Went to go see my dad. So.
What kind of museum did you go to?
Legacy Museum.
Nice.
Yeah.
LSU quarterback Garrett Nussmeier. I mean, what stands out about what you have to do to defend him?
Say it again.
Garrett Nussmeier. What stands out about what you need to do to defend him?
I think we just need to make him uncomfortable. Get him off his game, get him off balance, and and get to him and get him sacked.
See, we heard from Coach DeMore on Monday, kind of challenging y'all to be a team full of leaders in addition to some of the captains, stuff like that on defense. What have you noticed from some of the guys just stepping up in that department this week, and maybe for you yourself, how have you tried to, kind of continue to be a leader for this defense?
Yeah, I think this team, that we have right now is all one. We're all connected. We all hold each other accountable. Especially, for this last stretch, these last 4 games of the regular season, we need everybody. We don't really care if you're hurt, if you're down now. We need everybody. We need everybody to come together and stay strong together so we can do this thing.
He talked about some of the freshmen in particular as well. So he said, they're not freshmen anymore. They have enough experience. Have you seen some of the guys in your defensive unit step up, and maybe anyone in particular kind of standing out, whether it's taking more of a leadership role or just kind of become more comfortable as the season's gone on?
Yeah, definitely. I've seen a lot of young guys, even backups like 2s and 3s, that are well prepped and very equipped, when they go out there on the field and they execute the play.
One of those guys, I know Jordan Renaud on the defensive line.
Yeah.
How's he kind of stepped up this year and just improved?
He stepped up big, the coaches and the players trusting him to go into the game and, make his plays whenever his name is called.
Do you guys have plans tonight for the first college football playoff poll reveal?
What'd you say?
Do y'all have plans tonight for the first college football playoff poll reveal?
Oh, I didn't even know those. I didn't even know that.
As far as the pass rush, Jihaad, I mean, how do you feel like it's progressed the last few games, or where do you think it still needs to improve?
My game, you
Or
saying?
just the pass rush in general from the defense?
I think we just need to just keep on executing and keep on fighting our battles, on the pass rush and working our moves and having a plan and executing whatever rush game that we have.
Coach Womack talked yesterday about y'all have been really good at forcing turnovers lately. I think 10 in the last 3 games, but so far this season y'all haven't scored non-offensive touchdowns. Just kind of have hunger, maybe some of y'all to get in the end zone. You scored last year, and just maybe kind of what's it going to take to see that happen.
I'm not gonna lie, we hungry. We try to take the ball away, whether that's a strip, whether that's forced fumbles, whether that's interceptions, whatever we could do to get the ball out of the offense hands and get it in our hands, and obviously score a touchdown on defense. It's gonna be great for us. So we starving bad.
A little off topic, but it is election day. Was there any message about going to vote?
I don't do the political stuff, so I don't know.
sure you've been asked already, but just kind of on film from LSU, obviously they have a good offensive line. Which just stood out, from them on film as you approach them?
Like you saying, like all of the team, like what stood out, or just the O-line?
On their O-line, just what you noticed from the pass rush and stuff.
I mean, they're a good passing O-line. I think they got trouble sometimes in the run game, but we got on our end, we got to make sure that we execute the run game and the passing game, so we come up with the victory.
Is it does it kind of fire you up a little bit more knowing you're going against some of those elite pass protectors? There's some of them got NFL draft buzz. That make you kind of more hungry to get the better of them on Saturday?
I mean, if you say so. It's for us. I think our main job is we're at Alabama for a reason. Those guys got to play us. So if we go out there and do our job and execute, and we're gonna come out with a good outcome.
What do you think's gone into the defensive improvement over the last couple of weeks? Obviously, pitching a shutout against Missouri. Do you think there's any one thing, or how would you explain the improvement over the last couple of weeks?
Well, I mean, Coach DeBoer, he just said it. Just breaking it down, just nonstop violence, nonstop physicalness, nonstop execution. You got to keep on going, keep on going, and making the other team quit. That's the biggest thing.
What stands out about their quarterback when you watch him on film?
He can make good reads, good throws. He executes very well.
The way you guys approached Carson Beck, have you taken maybe a similar approach this week with Nussmeier? I know Campbell kind of compared the two and how you guys kind of approach stopping him.
We look at Garrett Nussmeier like Garrett Nussmeier. We don't really, I don't really compare and contrast anything. We're going into the week of playing LSU, so that's what we're playing. That's what we got to prep against.